Been a hot minute since we talked about, Miss Amouranth, It's been, it's been a hot minute, why don't we take a look at it, see what's going on with Miss Amouranth? Has she finally convinced everybody that like her husband is a terrible person? Because I know we saw a video or so that like her husband was like doing some shenanigans to her. Yeah, what's going on with Amouranth right now? It's been a hot minute since we talked about it, since the last time, to be honest. Might as well, right? What's she been up to? What's been happening over there?
I actually have no idea how to start off this video. No memes, no ha-has, no goofiness or
No ha-has, no hoo-hoos? Really? Well, this is gonna be an experience and a half. Also, let's check this out, shall we?
if you will.
I'll have my emulator open. Whoops.
So there's this Twitch streamer who goes by Amouranth. She's one of the biggest Twitch streamers and one of the biggest.
Sorry, Chad. I had my emulator open. Forgot to turn it off.
Out there. She's been around forever. You might know her from this.
Mechanicon. I'm very surprised that it fit perfectly in the dimensions because I just like eyeballed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Show banner. Okay.
That's
Damn.
Yes,
Damn.
that's her. And yes, that is her core audience.
Well, she decided to get that core audience, She could have just been just a normal streamer, but hey, it is what it is, right? You decided to get that audience. For me personally, I don't really grab those kinds of or pull those types of audiences towards me. I just kind of like, do my own thing. We kind of chill and have some fun, Boundaries. We got to know boundaries here,
From Amouranth and her husband have been fighting for hours on Cake, and then her breaking down and then calling the cops, and it just keeps getting worse.
Oh yeah, so it is. Yeah, it is the one.
We're gonna talk and cover everything here. Now, before we get into those clips, I want to make this very clear. This is
then what are we, Co?
Lied about being assaulted.
A voidling. That's what you guys are.
Every 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, I hate you, Co.
For whatever
I hate your mom.
And this is not me underplaying this or being like, don't believe her, guys. But once again, this is someone who has lied about this kind of stuff before. And when this happened for the first time.
Oh, you know what? This could also be, this could also be a thing too. She could be lying. She could be, because remember, right? She did lie before. So repeated actions, it's kind of like, but I don't know, I don't want to say anything, but who knows, chat? She could be not. Who knows? It's up for speculations at the end of the day.
About a year or two ago, everyone came to her defense, including myself. I made a video being like, yo, this situation sucks.
Yeah, I remember. I remember about this.
And then it turned out it was fake. It wasn't a real abuse situation. So now everyone's just like, should we believe her? Should we not? Is this part of a script?
Oh, really? It wasn't real. Oh, interesting.
The biggest fraud on Twitch. You guys remember a couple months ago when Amouranth was having that situation with her ex-husband?
Man, I haven't seen Pegasus in a long time.
The entire internet that her husband was actually abusive, and because of him, she was actually forced to do OnlyFans. He actually forced her to be sexualized on stream on a daily basis, and this was all because of financial reasons, because this husband wanted to make a lot of money, and I didn't believe her from the start. For himself,
it is what it is,
as a tool to get what he actually
I wasn't expecting her to lie on that situation, but
she never wanted to do any of these naked.
She bamboozled me. Maybe she could win an Oscar or so at the Grammys or whatever,
Streams, right? She didn't want to stream on Twitch with absolutely no clothes. She didn't want to do an OnlyFans because Amouranth is actually a very good and wholesome girl with very good.
I'm like, she's pretty, but I think I've seen more hotter women though, to be honest.
Values and morals, and the only reason.
Why do you think she's not on a magazine cover? So. Like she's all right. Like she's pretty, right? Don't get me wrong, she's pretty, but like she's not really on a magazine cover though. So I'm just saying. Usually when a girl is on a magazine cover, when they're showing off like their bikini and stuff like that, those are the top of the top, 2% up there, So, she's pretty, but she's not up there though.
She was doing any of this was because she was forced to by her evil ex-husband, okay? Now, believe it or not,
She is a
the
hag now,
absolute
is she?
entire
I don't even
internet
know.
completely
I don't know
fell
how
for
old
this
she
and
is.
believed her completely with absolutely zero proof regarding what she said.
Am I going to believe you and feel bad for you, even though you faked this before? Amouranth calls the...
Yeah, right. No husband is willing to sell that bombshell of a body. If it was me, I'd keep her for myself, even if she wants to sell herself. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's like, I know that a lot of guys don't want to see their, like, their girlfriends or their partners doing OnlyFans, and that's just the kind of thing it is, there are dudes that don't like that,
cops on her husband after he charged at her during a 20-hour stream argument. This goes out to every couple who's a social media personality. We don't need to hear you guys argue.
True.
24/7.
True.
I'm not unokay with being observed.
Okay, great.
I'm unokay with you pointing the camera.
Well,
in my
then
face.
leave. I'm not gonna follow you.
So you're literally just gonna be super defiant, is that right?
Shit. Talk about problems. Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Pointing
Leave.
my
You
face.
can move. You can go away.
I wasn't in camera view. You moved the camera
The
view
fuck,
to me.
bro? What is wrong with you? You got. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live streaming.
Let's play the devil's advocate, right? If this is real, the guy is insane. He's a disgusting human being.
True.
And he should be arrested.
True.
But once again, she's done this before. Kind of looks like it's just for clout. And I'm not the only one that thinks this.
Maybe she's probably like starting to lose relevancy. Maybe she is actually losing relevancy, and this is the only reason why she's trying to, get back into the limelight of things, trying to cause all of this stuff, But who knows? Like I said, right? Devil's advocate at the end of the day, right? You gotta play with both sides of the coin, You gotta be, you gotta be like that, and you gotta be that.
As more fake shit from her, donations must be low. If this guy is indeed abusive, then fuck this guy.
True.
I wish nothing but the
Yes,
worst
of
for
course,
him.
of course.
What do you believe in at this point? Is this real? Is she playing up the abuse?
Mhm,
Is it just a soap opera drama for the Sims to get involved? Would I be surprised if in a few months she's like, oh yeah, this was just script, guys? No, I would not be surprised.
You like smoking cigars actively. Why do you compare things that you can't compare? Why are you insane?
You know, we have 7 dogs. Are you honestly?
And none of them have shit in the house. Crazy, right?
They have shit all over the outside.
Yeah, that's what dogs do. Where do you want it to go?
They have. Okay, what I'm
This is
saying is that
crazy.
we don't need 7 of them.
You chose to get 7. I wanted 5.
And yet you're saying I hate them? It's so weird.
Oh my god!
That's what you're doing. You hate them. You chose to do it, but you also
I
take care
literally
of them.
told you
But you hate them.
that you
but
can't
you don't like
complain
them.
about them. You agreed you wouldn't
You're
complain
bipolar.
about them.
You know what they need? They need couples therapy. That's what they basically need. Also, don't underestimate the power of, yeah, true. Actually, I can't even say that word on Twitch, to be honest, unfortunately.
We got
Unfortunately,
seven.
you know.
Crazy!
agreed to 7.
You suggested 2 more!
Sure, that's me being whatever.
Couples
Men's
expert
perception
just
of you
tipped
is far more
$1.
important.
You should
than
do this
why
every
you
day.
think
Your
I'm
view numbers
here
have
to-
tripled.
I just met.
My takeaway from this is to stop oversharing. Not everything needs to be streamed. It's just like so performative. And like the
Yeah.
donation guy said at the end, it's like, yeah, your views have tripped ever since you guys have live streaming your arguments. Do people not have any fucking decency anymore?
I
You're already extremely
see.
wealthy. Why do this? Someone just said I stand with the husband. This has to stop. Okay, please. This goes to every Twitch streamer or just any streamer overall. We do not need to know about you 24/7,
Facts.
365 about every single little
Yep.
thing you do. Stop. I hate this behavior that everything needs to be known and everything needs to be streamed. And I get it. Couples fight. Couples have arguments. That's completely normal. Not to this.
Well, yeah, kind of, but then like you can kind of like talk it out a bit though. But if you have like good chemistry and good balanced relationship or so, usually like things won't get you upset like that, you know. But like honestly, this specific argument is like on a whole different another level. They need to like separate. They need to go in their own ways and their own paths, to be honest.
Level, okay, whether this is real or not, this is not a healthy relationship, okay? I want to make that very clear.
You know what, you're not wrong there, uncle.
Abusive, then leave his ass. And I do
True.
have a problem with it when it becomes fictionalized and it's just like, oh, let's just make this entertainment, guys. But someone is definitely gonna take this out of context and be like, Sense thinks abuse is corny. What? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying lying about it like she's done in the past to profit off of that and victims is corny. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm in a sane one, Nick, and you were in an insane mindset.
No, you're just, something is mentally unhinged for you right now, because normally
it's literally you. You are unhinged.
When you know that we're being swatted, you're at least concerned for the dogs, and you're almost gleeful.
I was not concerned in this case because one, I know that the dogs aren't in here, so there's nothing for me to be concerned, and I know that they aren't free roaming outside.
Yeah, they're like on the patio, and then
either on the patio concealed.
Trumps can jump over things.
I don't have to be concerned if I didn't hear a shot go off. There's nothing for me to be concerned. If we had heard gunshots, yes, I'd be concerned.
Wait, are they arguing over a dog being inside the house or something? What? What is this argument? I don't understand this argument whatsoever.
But we didn't. Huh? So why would I be concerned if police enter my door like they do every night lately because we hired them?
Those aren't the ones.
They don't sound like a couple.
All my life, I would actually kill myself. This is miserable. Why would I want to spend my days arguing? Especially if I'm rich. Okay, if I'm rich as fuck, I'm not going to be dealing with this shit. Okay,
that's true. That's true as well. Plus, also, I would rather be spending with my significant other playing video games. To be honest.
Waste of time, waste of energy. I only have a limited amount of time on earth. I am not spending it arguing, okay? You know what I'm doing if I was this rich? Getting my Porsche 911 and drive, okay? Just drive. Maybe drink and drive. Okay, maybe not doing that. And I already fell for it once. Am I gonna fall for it again and be like, oh no, she's the victim, guys?
True. Yeah, I did fall for it too as well. So
way, shape, or form financially.
Well, I really fell for it like completely or so, but I'm like, you know. Like, I did feel, like, sorry for her, you know, be like, you know, if shit like that happened, you know, so.
Benefits from this greatly. I'm gonna keep it real. They both sound like shitty human beings after all of this. Okay, so I found this article from 2022. Twitch streamer Amouranth reveals she split from husband after accusing him of abuse. Why are we making this entertaining?
Oh yeah, true. I forgot about that actually. Oh my god. Jeez. I completely forgot about that.
And they're not profiting off it. And then there's people like this, like Amouranth, who glorify it and make it a whole thing, make it a whole spectacle, profit off it, and plug their OnlyFans every 10 minutes on their live stream while they're arguing, right? It's just in bad taste.
Fucking schizophrenic. You're dangerous for society.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a fat overfed with a
Jesus Christ.
I'm secretly dating a community member while blood runs down.
You won't leave! You won't shut up! What did I do? The cops won't help me! No one can help me!
Destiny little Steve.
I'm talking in room temperature voice.
$1.
You're yelling at me like you do every night
Cherry,
basically nowadays.
Melina, Pixie,
Did you yell at me last night?
Baby Peach,
Yeah.
Sasha, Cherry, Melina.
Interesting. This is weird. What's up? Yeah. I mean, I don't.
What the fuck? Yo, chat. She's literally. Look where she's at, chat. What the hell? What? She's all the way over here. What the fuck is going on? She's all the way, she's off in the distance, huddled up in a little ball crying over it, while this dude picks up the phone. He's like, hey, what's up, bro? Oh, yeah, you know, hey, it's just the usual Saturday afternoon night, you know. Hey, you want to play some Call of Duty or something? We'll play some Warzone or something. What the fuck is happening? I am so confused at what is going on here. Oh my lord. Amouranth breaks down on stream again, claiming her husband is after her life insurance money. What is happening? It feels like I'm watching a telenovela or a Korean K-drama or something. What the fuck is going on over there? What's happening?
So, basically this whole thing flew off the rails when she asked me to come help her. I came to help her. She had a really bad attitude, and then somehow it ended up with her yelling at me, but it's my fault.
Even if he is, that's their insurance money. Once you're married, you do things together. It's literally in the marriage vow, for better or worse, till death do us part. That's true. That's true.
Why the fuck is she on the floor? Yo, who the fuck wrote this script? This is just a mockery of abuse. Yeah, these people
It could be,
just
yeah,
are making
true.
a whole mockery out of
Yeah.
it and profiting off it.
Like, oh, we fight for like, I don't know how many hours it is. Like fucking, yeah. And then at the end of it all, she starts telling me that she thinks, you know, maybe I'm part of the plot to have her killed. Because
What?
Not someone that I feel bad for. And no, it is not because I lack empathy, okay? I actually do have empathy. I didn't unlock it at 32 years old. As a matter of fact, I unlocked it at, I think I was like 31. In all seriousness, no, it's not because I'm a fucking psychopath. I do have empathy, believe it or not. When she lies about stuff like this,
Yeah, that's
before,
true.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but I'm not going to believe. What the fuck? Who the fuck plays with stuff like this? If it does turn out to be real, then that sucks. But you've lied about this before. I'm not gonna fall for it again. It's weird. This whole relationship is weird. This whole thing is weird. It's just entertainment for Amouranth and her Sims. It's like, why would I take this seriously if the people involved in it are not even taking it seriously themselves? You know, take this with a grain of salt. And once again, I hate that I have to say that because this is a real issue. This is a real thing. If it's coming from her, it's like, you know, I can't take it seriously. But anyways, with
Yeah.
that said, what do you guys think of this situation? Let me know in the comments below. And with that said, subscribe.
Well,
to the
if
channel,
if she lied before, right? I'm a little bit more skeptical on the situation itself, because I know someone in the comment section in my last video that we talked about Amouranth is like, maybe she could be lying or so, you know, because like, you know, maybe her views are down or something like that, because that's what I said in one of the comment section. I'm like, you know what, you might be kind of right or so, you know, because there was a video that popped up from Mars or so that said that, like, you know, the Twitch streamer that faked everything, apparently it's what it was, you know. So hey, Master, welcome. Wait for a week, we will see. True. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait in like in a week or something, or maybe like a month or so or something like that, you know. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm a little bit skeptical. I'm a little bit skeptical, you know, because she did bamboozled everybody in the past. So that's why it's kind of like, you know. Like, I'll hold my reservation before I make my final judgment. But anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. Yeah, just take it. Yeah, you are right. Just take it as a grain of salt or so. You know, we gotta wait a little bit more, you know, and all this other stuff before anything happens. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, I don't understand why she just doesn't leave him. You know, like, she's rich. Just leave him. I don't understand. I really cannot comprehend my mind. That's why. But yeah, say bye to the YouTube frogs. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And yeah, just that's it. So peace.